Hello and welcome to Basic Spanish for OT, PT, and SLP. My name is Juanita and I will be your host. I am an occupational therapy assistant as well as the author of this book, Basic Spanish for OT, PT, and SLP clinicians in the acute hospital setting. This book, as well as the ebook, can be purchased on Amazon.com. If you have been following along, today we will be on page 35. We will continue with time. We are continuing with time. On the last video, the last recording, we did the hours. And on this video, we'll look on minutes. So just as a review, if you look back at page 34, remember that I said whenever you're using the hour one, that is the only time that you are using es la. If any other time, you are going to say son las. So it's es la una for 1 o'clock, whether it be 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But any other time, it's always son las. So that's something to know. So today we're going to discuss the minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you were talking about the minutes on the nose, so if you're talking about it's 11 o'clock on the dot, as we say in English, on the nose, it's en punto. En punto. So if I want to say it's 7 o'clock, as the example I used in the book, and I wanted to say it's 7 o'clock on the nose, I would say son las 7 en punto. And that's kind of really pointing out that we want it to be like 7 o'clock sharp. Basically, that's what that's saying. Okay, if you're doing, and I did it in 5-minute increments. So if you're saying 7:05, it would be son las 7:05. And the example I used in the book is 11:05. So it would be son las 11:05. Okay, the next one, if you're saying it's 10 minutes after the hour, then you would say y 10. So the example in the book is 8:10. So it will be son las 8:10. Son las 8:10. We go down, and now we're talking about quarter past, and that's a way we say it in English a lot, a quarter past or 15 minutes after. So if I wanted to use the example in the book where I'm saying it's 3:15, I would say son las 3:15. Son las 3:15. The next one, we're looking at the example 5:20. Son las 5:20. Son las 5:20. The next example is 6:25. Son las 6:25. Son las 6:25. So you're saying it's 6:25. So it's 6 and 25 minutes after. And then 30. So y media. So the example here in the book is 10:30. So it will be son las 10:30. Son las 10:30. Now the way that I am teaching it may be a little bit different, it may be a little old school, but the way that I'm teaching it, generally the rule is anytime after the middle of the hour, you go to the next hour and subtract. So we would say 25 minutes to the next hour. So let's look in the book when it says 1:35. So if I was going to say 1:35, I would say son las 2 menos 25. That would mean it's 2 o'clock minus 25 minutes. So it's 25 minutes to 2. If the example is 2:40, I would say son las 3 menos 20. So it's 20 minutes to the next hour. The next example is 4:45. So I would go son las 5 menos cuarto. So it's 15 to the next hour. The next example is 9:50. So I would say, son las 10 menos 10. Son las 10 menos 10. So I'm saying it's 10 minutes to 10. And the last one is es la una menos cinco. Because remember, when you're saying 1 o'clock, that's the only time that you use es la. So if I'm trying to say it is 5 minutes before 1, which is 12:55, then I would say es la una menos cinco. So it's 1 minus 5. It sounds a little bit difficult, but you'll get it after a while. So I wrote a hint in the book, and I'm going to just read it out. The exact same thing I said. When the hour is less than 30 minutes, you use the current hour and the minutes. When the hour is more than 30 minutes, you use the next hour minus the minutes. So that's there. So this is one of those things where if you have the book, it will be much easier to understand than if you don't have the book. For therapy clinicians, one of the things that I will say is that my experience, again, has been in the hospital and working at a skilled nursing facility, that most of the time when you say the time, even if you say it in English, generally it hasn't been a problem, but we're trying to learn how you say it in Spanish. So that's that. If you have any questions, go ahead and just put it in the chat or put it in the comments, and I will try to either make another video. This sounds a little bit convoluted, but that's what it is. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.